Hello, welcome to Sharon Space. I am Shaz and I am on point to empower women to rock their small and home-based business, adding value and significance in everything that they do. Today, what we're going to talk about is school holidays, or any sort of holiday, really, where you have little humans that are there and you want to spend time with them and add, memories and value there, but you've also got a business that you want to have humming along, and how are we going to juggle both? So that's going to be the topic for today. Don't forget to subscribe. If you find value in this video, share the love. School holidays. Now, I remember doing this as a single mother, now as a married mother with 2 kids, and it was all very crazy. There was times where it was just like, I can't juggle both, and it would just blow my mind. So what happens when you're overwhelmed, right? You do nothing. So allowing things, first of all, it's important to remember that they're kids, right? So nothing's ever going to go according to plan 100%. So you need to be okay with that and allow for things to pop up and kind of reassess what you had planned for the day. So take the pressure off yourself and kind of know that it's not all going to go according to plan. It's like, whew. Because really, as much as everyone might, or you hear people say it does, there's things in the day that didn't go according to plan, trust me. For those of you out there that are parents, then you know that, right? It's like best laid plans just sometimes are like crazy. And then you have days where you've got no plans and then everything works out. So just know that it's not always going to be on point in everything you do when there's holidays and kids running around being crazy. But what are some tips that you can actually do, or what I personally do, is when they were little, I kind of understood when they were supposed to go to sleep and nap and eat and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things that I remember very, very, very early on as being a mother was that I was 100% prepared to, when they were awake, I was mothering. I was being that person by choice with them. Once they were, it might be a 10, 15, 20 minute, half an hour. It's a bit different when they're babies, because apparently most babies sleep a lot. That's not your baby, or wasn't your baby. Apparently that's what happens a lot. But when they're a little bit older and they're watching like ABC Kids or their favorite thing, and these days obviously there's the iPads and things, so it might be that, and my children have those, and they might be watching those. When they're little, if they were watching those, I would then not, this is the life changing, I would not wash up, I would not wash clothes, I would not clean the house, as much as all those things needed to be done. I would not do them. I would drop everything when they were preoccupied and work. So it might be that you just had your phone, it might be that you sat in front of your laptop in the kitchen, it might be that you were with the kids there. So when the kids were having lunch, by the time they finished their lunch and then maybe watched a little bit of something, that is time that you could absolutely spend in texting, in posting, in following up, all that kind of stuff. So there's so many things that we do that support our business that don't require us to be on the phone, having that conversation with potential kids wanting mum or wanting dad. So those sorts of things can be done in those nooks and crannies of the day. So think about that and plan that out. That's what I used to do. Now that they're a little bit older, and yes, I absolutely did. When they were asleep, I would, do some work there. And I think it's important to know that, yes, it's absolutely fantastic to show up in your work from home business, but you've also got to know when it's time to actually clock out as well, because sleep is important. It's an important part of what we do, so we can absolutely function at our best capabilities the next day. But there'll be times where you've really just got to ramp it up and you've got to put the time in, and I totally get that, and I did that on many of occasions. But then you've got to kind of nurture yourself for a couple of days and sort of regroup and pick up the sleeping slack maybe that you haven't had. But now that the kids are a little bit older, as they were actually getting, growing up, a few things that I used to do was I would talk with them and say that mummy needs to do some work now. So if I'm going to set the alarm on the oven, and when the alarm goes off, yay, we're going to do something fun. So let's make a list of some things that you would like to do today with mum. So it could be, at the time it was like Play-Doh and painting and different things. So we'd make a list, and then I'm like, okay, so which is the best one that you want to do? And then they'd choose one, and then when the alarm went off, then they knew that it was time for mummy to be with them, and I would absolutely do that with them, and I would take as long as required for them to be definitely stimulated and for us to be together doing those things. And then what I found with kids was really all that they want is your attention and your love. So once I would do that with them, then they were genuinely happy to do what they wanted to do, like their own things together maybe, or separate. But having a boy and girl, they sort of want to do different things at times. And then if they were happy playing solo, then I would absolutely go back to what I was doing. So nothing was always scheduled too much, but I knew when it was necessary to work and when I was playing. One of the other things that I found really of value was when they were, growing up and things like that, is to get them to do, contribute. So if, it was like doing dinner and things like that, that they were helping out with all that they were helping hang washing, because that was stimulating to them as well. So once they did all that stuff that needed to be done with mum, then they wanted to do their own things. So having your children participate, yes, it's helping them, educating them, they're learning new things, but it's also things that you're going to have to do anyway. Just know that you're going to take longer to do them with the kids participating, but once that's done, they're kind of ready for something of their own to do. Well, that's what I actually found with my children anyway. A couple of other things that really helped me with being able to, focus in on work was that, having a sort of schedule where they could see what was happening. So for school holidays, for example, is that on Monday we would have a home day. On Tuesday, for example, I don't shop Tuesdays, but let's say grocery shopping on a Tuesday, but after grocery shopping we're going to get your favorite pizza. And then on the Wednesday it might be that we're going to go for a bushwalk, or we're going to go down the beach, or you can have a play date with the kids at home. Sometimes that actually works really well too, is connecting with your friends, the friends of the kids, so the parents, and actually saying, can we swap out some play dates? So more than happy to have your kids come here, and can we swap it out because the kids have been asking to go there. So then you've actually got yourself some time when the kids are in your house. Yes, you're obviously there and present and watching, and you're the responsible one, but they will often play, and there's nooks and crannies and time in the day that you can actually be doing little bits and pieces to be on top of your game. But then when that changes over and your children are at somebody else's home and you're swapping it out, then you've got a full day that you can then pick. So having those things on like a schedule gives the kids a bit of an idea too of what's coming, and explaining to them too, if they're a part of your vision, if they understand what you're doing in terms of they're children, so they're going to kind of get some of it, but they're not going to be obviously as on point as you. But if they know what's yet to come, is it a family holiday, is it whatever it is for you as the family unit by mum or dad, working, then they understand that there's something in it at the end of it as well. I always found that as the kids got older, that they were more happy to do their own thing and be kind of solo. So for the mums out there, the parents out there that have little kids and you're struggling to do the juggling, cherish the moments because they don't last very long. They come and they go so quick. And know too that there is a point where it actually starts to shift and it actually starts to change a little bit as they grow as well. So meal planning, having a schedule, getting your kids to contribute, oven timers or phone timers work great. Allowing them to choose the things to do when the timer goes off, has them part of that conversation, and taking the pressure off yourself. So take the pressure off yourself that, you know, you must, be there 24 hours a day and everything's going to work out and all that kind of stuff, because you just don't have expectations. Have a bit of a plan, and if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, totally okay. Just reshift it, and bring back what you had originally planned later on in the day, because kids are kids and they're not going to follow everything 100% as we would like them to do. The other thing that I utilized, and the last tip, is in school holidays or weekends, if you need to get stuff done, I used to go to places where the children could have an ice cream, for example, or they could eat, and there was a play place that was locked in where I could be and they could play and make friends and do their thing. It might be for 10 minutes or an hour, but that time is time outside the home, but time that they're being active, but also gives you those minutes and different things that you can also catch up on, certain things that you actually need to do as well, which, you know, when you add up all those, the times and the nooks and crannies of the days and stuff, that's so much time that you can devote to your business. And I often remember it being said, and I totally got it when I became a mother, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Now, I'm not saying those of you that don't have children can't get things done at all, but generally those that are busy in whatever it is seem to just be on point with just getting it done, and, you know, find a way and absolutely make a way. Subscribe, share this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.